Welcome back to more Data Life. A perfect time as any to change the past? With Origami going back and murderizing her own parents, and Shido now being given the opportunity to do the same without the bloodshed, hopefully. Are things actually able to be changed? Does that mean that we no longer need to fear for the future because it can always go back and change it? Oh, we've lost pretty much all of the spirits in the world of flame? Don't worry, as long as we can find Kurumi. Oh wait. Yeah, that could be the issue here. Who's to say that she's willing to help? But also with her plans out, still kind of coalescing, this being another experiment to see if it all works. Let's dive in, see what's going on with this glitch. And can things be undone? Considering the show itself, but also Shido, there is definitely going to be a moment where he goes in and just manages to successfully undo everything. But how it comes about or what else gets changed in the process is going to be interesting to see. It is an impressive power, to say the least. If he can change history, is he going to like the world of this gets created if he's the only one that remembers what things used to be? A shortcut! Yeah, there's nothing wrong with a school-aged boy sneaking around windows. Is she supposed to be going into people's yards even if there is an intruder? Yes, he went that way. Is this because of Kurumi, or it's for self-protection? Of course! If he can draw on powers, he can transform himself. Plus, yeah, he exists in this world anyway. As long as, no one asks, hang on, why aren't you at school or something? Are we also going to see the, Kotori being turned into the spirit version of herself here? Get a bit more of how that all went down. Coming back in time to figure what Origami's up to, coming back in time to change the past. Why not pick up a few extra bits while we're here? It's like when you go down the shops for bread and milk and you end up with £48 of extra shopping. Definitely hasn't happened in the past few days. I do like where this is all going though, considering Data Live's way of storytelling, how it moderates itself and its pacing. cutting it short, going, alright, now we're going to a different time and place. Well, time. But have a lot more, hopefully, a lot more understanding of how things started out. Though this might be, you know, he's lived through it once and got to her. Oh no, the glitch is back. And is this version Kurumi going to be... hang on, there's two of him? What? Or preoccupied with him on the floor at the minute. Yeah, I think Shido now understands what happened. And the scene is playing out as before, so the spirit talking to her, the phantom talking to her. But now we're hearing the shouts from the outside. And then zap. Mission failed. Can he go back again? Well, now he knows why she's in that catatonic state back into the future, or present. Seeing it firsthand like that she was the fist that attacked her family. You didn't think it was just as dramatic as this? Because she played directly into history. Well, that would definitely solve an issue, but you can't let younger versions get crushed by some architecture. And yeah, how would someone be able to just work through something like that? Well, that burnt through quickly. Much like his words to pretty much everyone, trying to be a shoulder for them. Really? Just maybe you can mind just a little, considering some stuff of what has happened. I mean, it's a lot to process right there. And is this the start of why she's so drawn to him? Well, she'll hold you to that. Hmm. Has his presence here just made her worse? It's a lot for like a small child to go through, especially these kind of topics and talk. And I'll leave the rest to you. She has no idea how, just knows that she must. And knowing that, is it any help? You? Did we see some black trousers? Would that be what? I've forgotten his name. But the big evil of this series. I'm really blanking on his name. I mean, nothing can be changed right here and now, sure. I did need to keep on with that transformation. Someone has just entrusted with... Oh, you... Of course, we got time travel shenanigans. Or is this him after things have worked, coming back to tell her how to do it? Having that Ouroboros. You're getting the plans from the time machine. From yourself from the future. How far in the beginning? If we can go back further than that 5 minutes or so. However, now some blanks have been filled in. Impossible. Well, so he's got to what, come back before it can do anything? To meet her in that world at that time? If she's time manipulation? I don't mind this variation. Straight to the gun. I mean, to be fair, if you just appear in front of someone knowing their name when they've got no prior knowledge. I mean, if she existed 5 years ago, then yeah, why not? And does she impart with some, useful tidbits? I probably won't listen to anything you have to say if I know me from 5 years ago. Is there anything that would make her take a stop and listen to what he has to say? I mean, would she have anyone to confide in or believe in? Yes, just hold on, I'm talking to you from the future. This is getting a little complicated, but I guess she can trust herself. The only person she can't trust is herself. It's quicker if we don't explain and just get things done. Damn it me! Why are you coming up with plans like this? This is why I don't listen to myself half the time. Yes, who are you to turn down yourself? She's a lot more upbeat than the current one, less kind of seems somewhat drastic. I do like that she had an outfit change between the 5 years. Is something good happening? It's a... Well, not the... Well, it might be the world. Depends on the ramifications, the butterfly effect down the line. I mean, that's one way, or you can get them out of that area. You know, take 4 steps to the right. I mean, if nothing interferes with this world's spirit origami, then that blast will always land in the same place, would it not? Fair, but how are you going to interact with this phantom, which you don't even... at least I don't know anything about. Oh yes, there's nothing creepy going on here. Yep. Does he have the opportunity to go and talk to young Kurumi again? So, yeah, can you send me back once more? The police stopped me. Yep. So this is an event that he can interfere with, but doesn't. Apart from some flames in the surrounding area being a little scorched, it's not the worst thing to happen. At least, we don't know if anyone lost their lives during this event. Or do we? Were we told? There seems to be some recognition there. Rather than a random gathering, kind of surprised at someone reaching out to her. No, it's a... Why are you here? That's a interesting question as to why she knows him or where from. Well, maybe you'd like to introduce yourself instead. It would make things slightly easier. A good call. Now, any particular reason why this... Okay. So there's a deeper story going on behind that. How well? So they're handing out the spirit crystals, knows about Kurumi's time manipulation, knows him, and is keeping themselves hidden in a sense. Just lay low for the next, 15 minutes. Is he being withheld and bound? Yeah, there's definitely some shenanigans going on there. Is that in a... Is that in a creepy yandere kind of, I'll never let you go? Or a sweet, I don't want to lose you again, I'll never let you go? And what was that comment about? Again? And making mistakes? Oh. Yep. This line failed, so... Now what? A quick dash to the street? You know, if he had thought earlier about this, a much easier solution would just be cordon off that little back street area, or front street. Sorry, police precautions, you're not allowed down here right now, it's for your own safety. Well, the parents are saved, he's much less secure. Nothing like a little bit of road burn. Kurumi, you can pull me out now. And that's how Date Live ends. It was all a dream. It appears if you die in the past, you just go back to your present-day body. Good to know. Well, as soon as you start seeing dogs walking backwards, donuts raining from the sky, you'll know you've changed something. But how much has changed that simple action if Origami doesn't have the hatred of losing her parents, still had to witness someone being vaporized in front of her, even if it was a relative stranger? What fluctuations through time as Westcott. That's the name I think I was trying to remember. Turns out it was a wrong idea anyway, it was a Shido again from the future. But if it was the Shido from the future came back to tell the plan, that means that this push either worked and therefore he goes back and tells her now, or... well, it depends on how much time has changed. Or things still have a little ways to go, and he goes back once again. Or again, or again, or again, or again. Yeah, it's fun with time, you can just have a lot of attempts, so you can find workarounds to get back. Yes, mission failed successfully. Pushing the parents out of the way, but still the blast happened and possibly scarred Origami anyway. Finding out a little bit more, like I said, getting a bit of understanding behind what happened before with Kotori, where she got the powers from. Oh, we saw it was from the Mosaic Phantom. And now it's been given form of this girl. No Shido from somewhere or some time knows all of the spirit's powers, and obviously if she's the one handing them out, then that would make sense. But to what end? Is it a way for something to do with Shido himself, considering, well, I'm not going to let you go. Still have things to do. Don't want to make any more mistakes. What happened? What's a revelation that will really set things ablaze here? But Kurumi being mistrustful, I guess is a good word. Makes sense considering her current character, but what led her into that? Was it just arriving and then always being under attack? Or is it all the knowledge of time itself really takes a toll on oneself? A lot of interesting questions, but also other ones. If this phantom is the one handing out the powers, what makes a good host for them? Does it just pick and choose who happens to be there, or is it a certain characteristic that is looked out for? I do wonder though, why is it always when trying to save someone from imminent danger, whether it be a guided beam from above or a truck or something, it's always the shove, impart all of the momentum so that you now stay in place and take the brunt of it, rather than run past and grab and pull them with you so you're all safe. I guess one makes for very less dramatic storytelling, so that might be it. Still, it's good that even though losing your life in the past and Kurumi's time manipulation stuff, it doesn't really matter if he died then, or he kind of phase, like Origami returned to the present, he returned to the present at just the right time. We're going to have to watch the next one to figure that out. If at all. But, like with a lot of things, when Dead Alive takes itself slightly seriously and tries to put through some of the story beats and plot that I actually find quite interesting, it does quite well. Even if it is somewhat janky, timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly shit. But any time that Kurumi is on the screen, whether it be present or past self, it's always a good scene. I would like to know what exactly, well, how much knowledge she holds about what's going on, and what her plan about it all is. So, if you enjoyed this one, let me know. If I entertained you, leave a like on the video. If I missed something, or maybe something that you would try differently if you went back in time, leave it down in the comment section. If you want to not miss out future uploads, consider subscribing to the channel. You could go back in time and do it, or just click the button now. Free, easy, doesn't revolve around sacrificing yourself. Seems like a good deal. You could also check down in the description for a link to my Discord. So, with all that out of the way, try and get some rest, because I want to see you for the next one. Or if you've already seen it, what happens? I really do need to thank each and every one of my patrons who are Sal, Guado, Kite, Ruben Filomawa, Wolfie Sensei and everyone else, because short of going back in time and sacrificing themselves under a blaze of light, they're helping keep the channel running and alive. Although maybe this is one of the timelines that someone out there actually fixed. So, if you would like to be one of those time-hopping crusaders, consider joining onto my Patreon as well.